Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, I should say, everyone, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. I am Anton, and I am bringing you a little cheeky video this evening. It's not very often I get to do an evening video, especially when it's live, but I'm bringing it to you tonight because I've found myself with a little bit of spare time, so why not? And it's all about Alexander Zinchenko. So this is what today's show is all about. So Arsenal and West Ham have both expressed an interest in signing Manchester City fullback Alexander Zinchenko. He's put discussions over his future on hold until now, with his full focus being on Ukraine's push for the World Cup. But they were beaten in their playoff final by Wales yesterday evening, and now the clubs are hoping to learn what the 25-year-old's next move will be, with both West Ham, Arsenal, and probably several other clubs around Europe interested in the Ukrainian man, who has struggled to secure a starting spot under Guardiola at the Etihad. Now, both sides, apparently, according to reports, are attracted to the idea of the Ukrainian being able to play in the midfield or at left back, with Manchester City unlikely to stand in his way if he demands a move, considering they are in the market for a left back themselves. Now, listen, Arsenal are thought to be offering Zinchenko a chance to play more games in the midfield area, while West Ham want to sign a left back, as we know, this summer to provide competition for the aging Aaron Creswell. And with us, West Ham looking to sell King Arthur, Mr. Amasuaku is looking likely that he is going to be going and showing the exit door from West Ham. Now, if West Ham were successful in bringing Zinchenko to the club, we are guaranteed a left. Well, no one's guaranteed anything in life. You could think about saying that we are guaranteed to have a left back that would stay with us for many a year to come. Now, the former Shakhtar Donetsk man will bring Premier League winning experience to the London Stadium and will be one of the players that could help mold that mentality that David Moyes is trying to create in the dressing room and add to that mentality that he is creating. So with Zinchenko in the team, who's been part of a winning culture at Manchester City, it's certain potentially impact fellow players into thinking about winning football matches regardless of the opposition. However, his own performances will remain a point of scrutiny, as despite the Premier League winning experience, it remains to be seen how the 25-year-old performs regularly in a first team. So after injuries and personal problems that we all know about Benjamin Mendy from Man City, the 25-year-old Zinchenko was never able to maintain a regular first team spot under Guardiola. Until now, the former Barcelona manager has preferred the likes of Fabian Delph, while Cancelo and Zinchenko in the left-back position over the course of the last few seasons. And every great team, you could maybe say, needs a player like Zinchenko, who, while not overly outstanding, can do a decent job in whatever position he is asked to play and against any opposition. So having someone like that in the squad just allows the manager to be a little bit more flexible with everybody else, because he knows that he can throw Mr. Versatile on and he will perform. Now, rumor has it that they are looking for around £40 million for the Ukrainian star. But that could seem a bit excessive to begin with. But in a way, we'd be paying for not just a left back, but someone who can play in central midfield, or even an attacking midfielder, left wing back, you name it. He covers several positions, and he could be a winger, like I've said, if he is required. He was certainly not bad. His performances did not give defensive assurances to Guardiola, though, and perhaps that's what he wanted, and that's why he could be looking for a move. And this is why he was offered the chance to leave Man City last season. However, he opted to stay and fight for his place under Guardiola. He's a Shakhtar Donetsk Academy graduate. He impressed for Manchester City in 2018-19 season, even earning himself a contract extension at the club, but the following season didn't go to plan. Manchester City prepared to let him go on loan otherwise in the 2020 summer transfer window, as I've mentioned, and again he chose to stay put. And also although his decision maybe looked poor, one initially, he was soon reaping his rewards. It's always been a major contention, the left back position in Pep Guardiola's Man City's team. You know, we've seen all the situation that's going on with Mendy, and that has maybe given an opportunity to Zinchenko. However, he's not been able to cement his spot in that team, and you could really question whether or not he wants to leave the club. Now, I can see something happening here, but it does really stem on the value, the price, what West Ham are willing to pay, what Manchester City are willing to do to bring the young man in. However, it will also be based upon what Zinchenko wants to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video giving you a player profile on everything you need to know about Zinchenko, and I'll come back in and engage with the chat a little bit as well. Lots of information there that hopefully you'll take in and understand that he comes from a kind of crazy background, to be honest. And obviously, with everything we're seeing in the Ukraine just now, it's not that he's not been involved in anything like that before, as you've seen in the video I've just played there. Now, listen, I think there are other left backs that West Ham are looking into, and I think that there will be other options as well. And the value of this player now, what he does, like I said, he comes with versatility. He comes with a pedigree in the Premier League. However, if other players are available for a lot cheaper, then there could be better options out there. So we'll have to wait and see. But he is and has been a critical component for Man City's inverted fullback style of play, often taking up positions in central areas and creating overloads on the build-up. He's got great vision in the game. His distribution and on-the-ball presence also helps him and make him be a very creative defender. Rather than getting up and down the wing to deliver crosses, like you could say Liverpool fullbacks or like we've seen recently with Ben Johnson and the modern day fullback, he often does more damage closer to the centre of the pitch, which is what makes him a bit different. And with the way that Man City play out from the back, the two fullbacks end up accumulating a really big amount of touches on the ball and often are used not only to create like overflowing balls, but to reset play and start again when one passing area becomes closed. And as a result, Zinchenko frequently ends games with over 100 passes with his incredible ability. And it's no surprise that he completed nearly 92% of his passes in the previous season to last. So he likes to play short passes, and that's something that Man City do, and is capable of easily breaking lines with either a pass or a dribble. He's very confident in moving forward with the ball, but his off-the-ball movement is perhaps even more impeccable. He's brilliant at taking up the right positions for his side, offering support to the rest of the teammates, and his timings of his runs are really, really good. So this leads him to not only creating chances for the side and assisting goals, which we've seen from his stats, but also winning fouls for his team in dangerous areas. His passing range isn't the only thing that makes him such an effective footballer, though. Like all Man City players, Zinchenko absolutely glides with the ball at his feet and is not afraid to take on opposition players, something that Guardiola instills in this team left, right, and centre. Guardiola has stated that we're not coming to the team unless you can play ball, no matter the position. Even the keeper, you have to be able to play ball with your feet, and that's something that Zinchenko can absolutely do. He often ends up with him having the ball at his feet high up the field, and like I said, he wins quite a lot of fouls in that key area. So with his ability on the ball and his positional awareness, the fullback could probably even expand his game to other positions, which is something that Guardiola players should always be prepared for. His speed could be useful as a left-sided midfielder or a wing-back, while perhaps an even better fit would be in central midfield, where he could use his fantastic on-the-ball ability to greater effect. Perhaps that's why he found himself at left-back instead of higher up the field, is the fact of his defensive abilities are also extremely sound. Now, he's had his fair share of tackles in his career and is fairly successful whenever he attempts them. Previous season to last, he had 2.4 tackles per game, which was by far the best in his team. And if City were a team that spent less time in possession of the ball, Zinchenko would undoubtedly be one of the top tacklers in the league, which is maybe where you can start to make the connection to West Ham, considering we don't have a huge amount of possession in some of the games that we do play. He can make the odd defensive mistake or a rash tackle, but what else would you expect from a 25-year-old playing for the biggest club in the world? He's a fine footballer, very good footballer, good spatial awareness, and he's got strengths, and he needs to start playing more regular game time. And in fact, he's so composed in possession on the ball at just 25 years of age while playing in intense pressure under a Pep Guardiola's team is quite an accomplishment in his own right. Now, for me, because of his versatility, this is what makes him a standout Moyes player. He can play central midfield, he can play the left wing back, he can play a left back role, he can hold on to the ball, he can hold possession, and he's very comfortable in making a tackle. But the only concern I've got here is he's not played a lot of game time last season. He really hasn't, but he steps up to the plate when he is asked to play for. Now, I wasn't impressed with Zinchenko, particularly this season from some of the game time that I did see him play, but I do think there is a player there, and it just depends on what West Ham would be willing to pay and what Man City are willing to accept. If Zinchenko does decide he wants to leave Man City, I can see plenty of Premier League clubs putting an offer in for him. but maybe the right manager might work for him. And I think Moyes could be the right manager, because you never know with a player like him. He could come in and become that central midfielder, a player that we didn't expect, to bring in. He's on low weekly salary as well, so that's something we could investigate. So it's just going to be down to the transfer fee, to be honest. So what do you think? Zinchenko from Man City, would you take him? Would you not? Put the comments in the comment section and let me know. And I'm going to jump through some of the comments as well and see who is in the building. Hi, he kind of looks like an evil Kevin De Bruyne in that picture. He absolutely does. I tell you what, though, if we got another Kevin De Bruyne on our hands, could you imagine that? And I know he's not him. I'm just saying in general, how good would it be? He's a ridiculous footballer, isn't he? Even all you beautiful people from Howard Ales, good to see you, mate. Joan, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you are well. Steve Bell, evening, Anton and fam. Hope you're well. Martin Barrett, good evening, Anton. I know, evening. I'm sorry, it's new, 7:30. I've never done 7:30 before. I've just found myself with a little bit of spare time. I had been planning on doing a Zinchenko video, and it coincidentally came out that we are potentially looking at him today. And I thought, well, let's get the video out to you and see what you think. Adam Cook, evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Come on, you irons. Evening, Anton and chat from Crosshammer. Good to see you. Everton are linked also. I think Everton, West Ham, you'll see them probably linked with similar players as the season goes on. Adam Cook, good to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. Is he really any good? He didn't seem good. Get very many starts, but you are talking about a player that plays for, you could questionably say, the best team in the English Premier League, obviously winning the league as well. So he has had over 100 odd starts for the club, and reckon he could do a decent job for us. From Steve Bell. Is he a wing back? The thing is, he's very versatile. Johnny can play wing back. He can actually play as a makeshift centre back, and he's a left-footed centre back as well. He can play wing back, and he can play in central midfield role, which is what maybe makes him stand out for a position that Moyes would want to look for. Black Country Hammer, not for me, very poor against us weeks ago. Absolutely. Crosshammer, he is very attacking. We'll need a strong Zuma, Ogbonna, etc. to cover, as he always starts forward. Well, I don't think it's just going to be Zuma and Ogbonna. I think we've got the new lad coming in from Ron, Aguerd. So we'll have to wait and see what he does and adds to it. But I think what we can't deny Black Country Hammer is that he comes with a winning mentality. He has won several honours at the level. He's done 4 Premier Leagues, 4 League Cups, an FA Cup, a Charity Shield. You know, that comes with a certain mentality, and that can only but help a changing room. And you add players like that with that quality into the team, into the squad, you know, that does help. And then I suppose the question I'll ask to you then is, would he add value to our squad from what we've currently got? He's very attacking when he's strong, like we said. I'd take Zinchenko, but he's probably too rich for West Ham. Plus, I don't see Moyes benching Krezi yet. No, absolutely not. But however, if he finds someone who can step into that role, what you might find is that Krezi can start to sit more centrally in defence, because we've seen him do it and he actually performs there very well. So it gives us options. We definitely need options there, PGAD. So I wouldn't be surprised. Good that you're all talking to each other. And please let me say to you, I'm not saying we're signing him. I'm just saying we're linked to him, and I'm trying to see what he could, how his career could build at West Ham. Would Moyes realistically look at him? And I think Moyes could look at him. Again, I'll say it to you, winning mentality, versatility at the club is huge. It's absolutely huge, and that's what he loves down to a bit. If City want 40 million, we will offer 15. Second offer, 15.5 million. It's true. It's true. And throw some popcorn in as well. P-Gads, I'd like West Ham to go for someone like 19-year-old USA Joe Sky at Gladbach, a bargain at 8 million. We'll sign a championship left back for 5 million. Norland Jello. Is he still with us? He is. If you haven't already, go and check out the keep, sell, or loan video myself and Russ done the other day. I actually said and think West Ham might look at selling Angelo, and you know, looking at someone else to come through the ranks for the next couple of years. Pointless talking about him. He'll probably end up at Arsenal. Well, they are keen for him as well. And I suppose another thing as well is where they plan on utilising him. The rumour states that they're looking for him to play more in a midfield position, where West Ham are looking for that left back cover. So we will have to wait and see. Zinchenko, 40 million, Man City are asking now. Absolutely, but we'll just have to wait and see if that's realistic. And it's also going to be based on whether or not he wants to leave the club. Arana got a sweet cross. Imagine double Brazilian flair added to our team in Anana and Rafinha. Absolutely. Bob the Builder knowing us as well. DJ Russie B, if you haven't already, go and check out the Hammers headlines and the West Ham Daily today, bringing you 3 shows in conjunction with each other today. But go and check them out because it's really good content we've got coming for you. Troj is saying pay the 40 million cash up front now with Rafinha, whilst Barca are cash flow restricted. Absolutely. Bob the Builder could play better. Steve, at least he builds a good wall. Thanks, Russie. Zinchenko wants to play midfield, not left back. Well, that's what we don't know. We don't know, but his versatility. Are you telling me that with his versatility, he wouldn't get game time for West Ham in that position, especially Mark Noble and Alex Kroll going out with all the game times we've got? He's got a chance here as well. I'd love to see Bassi as a left back, but here Villa have nabbed him. Yeah, I've done a video on Bassi before. I think I've seen it a couple of weeks ago. And I do think he would be a steal, really, to be honest, but it could be down to what Rangers are willing to accept for a fee. Apparently, the rumour is that they're wanting to get crazy money out there, so I don't know. We'll see. Rather have a Nana. Jamie Pax is saying don't rate Zinchenko at all. I think he's all right, but not a £30 million plus player. More £20 million in my opinion. But we never know. You could test and see what it is. And with all the things that's going on in his life, he maybe wants to get regular football. Maybe Man City will just let him go for a fee that someone's willing to pay. I don't understand Bassi. No one heard of him before he played in the final. Well, now, I'm not trying to be someone who tries to tell you, but he came to my attention because of his Newham background. So there was a famous video that came out about his roots at being at Newham. So I was like, who's this Rangers player that's from East London? You looked into him a little bit thinking, has he come from the West Ham Academy? He hasn't and didn't come from the West Ham Academy. He was just brought up in the local area. He was born in Italy from Nigerian parents. He represents Nigeria. So he's got a very multicultural background. And he has been playing consistently and played consistently well for Rangers in the Scottish League. Yes, you could differentiate the Scottish League to the English League. However, he does look like he's got a lot of talent for a young lad who is winning trophies as well. And not all players that come from the Scottish Leagues moving into Premier Leagues are so bad. Virgil van Dijk is just to name one as well. Daniela Stewart, evening all. Good to see you. He's not a left back for you, Patrick Sfairs. Villa are doing a lot of business. They are. However, I can see them coming into a bit of bother next season because it's like they're throwing everything at this summer. And if it doesn't work out, it will come back and smash them right on the backside. And I'm really glad that we're not doing that because we've done that before under Pellegrini. Black Drama, you don't rate him. Even Daniela, it's nice to see you all talking to each other. Cool. Villa could end up being next season's Everton. I mean, these players coming in are going to have to mold and gel with each other. And I don't doubt that they're bringing in some quality, but they're paying Kamara, the player they signed on a free transfer from Marseille, over 170k a week. Are you telling me you would have wanted to pay that for him when Declan Rice earns what he earns? Absolutely not. It's make or break for Villa, spend a lot of money. Absolutely. Howard Ailes, I wouldn't want to spend 40 large in Zinchenko. Mosiah wouldn't want 6 players for that amount. Well, you never know, but I do agree with you. But yeah, no, I listen, we're all entitled to opinion. I don't think, I'm just trying to, I don't think he's the player that I want. If we are linked to him, I'm trying to justify why he would be a player we're linked to. And I think I feel like there's a justification there because of his versatility. He's a left-footed left back. He can play midfield. He can cover all different positions. So I'm trying to justify that. Would I want him? Is he my first choice? No, but I can see that anyway. We signed anyone yet? No, but hopefully we'll get a bit of movement this week. NWO. Troj is saying daylight robbery if they want 40 million for him. Absolutely. Smeagol is saying we'd like Zinchenko at West Ham, but doubt we would pay 40 million for him. Cross Hammer saying I would only take him on the cheap, to be honest. Think we could do better. Joan Howard, I agree. No way would we fork out for him. True Cockney. Oh, it might. Sorry, apologies. Evening all. Good to see you. Cyber Leader Dalek, what are you doing, mate? Where have you been? I haven't seen you for a while. I've not seen you for a while. Troj, put money towards some Brazilians instead. Decent player. Won't get. Is anyone going soccer aid? I'm not, but I've seen a lot of people been buying tickets. What's happening with the stadium? What is happening with the stadium? Someone please let me know. I've seen pictures of it from the Vanarama, whatever it was, final yesterday. It didn't look nice. Fred is saying Zinchenko no brainer, but don't think he'll come. Jamie Pax says, from what I've seen, he's not been great at all. Based on his versatility, I'd take him, but nothing more than 25 million. Overrated because he plays for a good team, in my opinion. Crosshammer says he's past his peak and his mind won't be right with what's happening. Squad player from NWO. Troj is saying Zinchenko could not handle the impact of walking into our training facilities after being so used to cities. I think any player would struggle with that change in dynamics because it's an absolutely, oh my God, what a letdown that would be. Sorry, this chat's jumping. Will he last playing a season out in a smaller squad? Good point, but he does, and that's something we don't not seen from him is versatility. And so I think that's what's questioning. That's the question mark that hangs over him. He's not being consistently playing week in and week out. So that's going to be and make interesting. If he does move on, spot on. He'll take one look and be on his bike. Heard that Perkins agents wage demands are spoiling his chance with us. We'll have to wait and see how that one pans out. 40 million, no thanks. Don't think Zinchenko is an upgrade on Creswell, but it's better than King Arthur. Question is, will he be any upgrade on Benny or Vlasic? Will he be an upgrade on Benny or Vlasic? Very different types of player. I think Vlasic was brought in for a particular reason. It's not worked out so far. I think if we weren't in the position we were in, we'd probably sit tight on him, but I don't think we will. And with Benny, I can't see us getting rid of him unless a stupid offer comes in, but I really can't see us getting rid of Benny either. But no, I don't think Zinchenko would be a replacement for them. No point talking about it. Ain't getting anyone. We are going to get someone, mate. Don't worry. I watch Old Firms because they're entertaining, and Bassey's always looked solid in them. Didn't realise that he was a fullback, though. Plays more like a centre-half, in my opinion. He is a natural-born left-back. That's his natural position, but due to injuries, was brought into centre-back role and actually performed really well. So, yeah, he's versatile as well. Crosshammer, you got this. Damien Byfield, good evening, Anton. Definitely would take him. There you go. So people are all over the shop when it comes to him as well. Daniela Stewart, virtual hug. Good to see that. Yes, he is a centre-back, but he can play left-back. We've got to start purchasing soon. Up, two down hammers. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. And 2 up, 2 down hammers. I didn't realize that, but you must have won the Antonio shirt from Football Prizes because I can see that in your picture. It looks quality hanging up there. Can't sign anyone until the 10th of June when the window opens. Absolutely correct. If he came with Aki for 50 million, I'd take them both. Listen, I think there's double deals to be done out there. I really do. And I don't see the harm in bidding a double whammy for 2 players to try and take them off the wage bill. These players are going to want game time. I'm not saying we're going to get them both for 50 million, but you've got to try and tempt it if you're looking for positions there. But I don't think we will as well. Hickey would be a better left back for me. Great shout. Tyrell is the best player we have been linked to at left back. West Ham scouts have tweeted about him. Hopefully we can get in. Zinchenko is not on his level, and at 40 million, that's terrible. It is a lot of money, isn't it? Absolutely. That's the caliber of players we need to bring to the squad. Troj, Milenkovic, better value for centre back. Jamie Pax, I know this isn't exactly relevant to the topic, but would you take Kouati on a free? His contract is expiring. I think he's been a good backup. Personally, he's only versatile. And no-brainer for me. No. But I get what you're thinking, but no. Just 4 days to go to see the window open. Just hope we get more ins and than outs. So fingers crossed. To be fair, he always played well for Ukraine, but we've seen that before in Yarma. Troj, can Aguerd play left back? I think most centre backs within reason can, but he is a full-blown centre half, mate. So I don't think we're bringing him in for any. He's a left-sided centre back, so I don't think we're bringing in anyone else for that reason. I'd take Tompkins back. Would you take Tompkins back? There's a question for you all in the chat. I don't know if I would, but I think I would for the wrong reasons as well. I put $20 on no transfer news till deadline day. Oh, come on! Do you know what, P-Gads? I might take you up on that offer. Aguerd can play left. 2 up, 2 down hammers. I did its quality shirt and TV of all Antonio's goal. Oh, that's the one with the TV. Cool. So yeah, just plug it in and all that sort of stuff as well. That's really cool. Aguerd can play left back, but he's been brought in as the main kind of centre half, probably alongside Zuma as well. Tompkins is older and has injuries. He certainly does. But what do you think then? Zinchenko to come to West Ham. West Ham are, apparently, according to reports, going to be active in the transfer window. I'm going to be hopefully doing some more videos for you tomorrow. I think I've got a few shows. I think I'm going to do a couple of pre-records. You'll see the Hammers headlines at 5 o'clock. And I've got an idea for a show I want to do for the daily. So keep your eyes on it. I hope you're enjoying the player profiles as well, because it's just giving you a little bit of insight into more information and could they fit into the system. Now, the only way I can see Zinchenko fitting into West Ham system is if we get him for a lower fee than what's quoted, the salary will be cheaper. The weekly salary, it won't be, asking for stupid amounts of money. He comes with a good pedigree of winning things, which could only but help our dressing room. He is extremely versatile, so can play left back, left centre back, central midfield, and left wing back as well. And if we can tire them all up, then we've got potentially a good player. Leave us, Allo. What are we, mate? You tell me what we are. We've got Super David Moyes and Moyes we trust. Hi, all. We are massive. I just want someone who will play in the shirt and give 100%. Love that. P-Gad's the only ex-West Ham player I take is Kouati, Haile, Kouati, and Souček in midfield would be ugly passing. True. Hi, all. Hammers for Figita. Good to see you, mate. Jamie Pack's 50 million for Broja and Loftus-Cheek would be a good double signing for me. There you go. Broja and Conor Gallagher. They're the two. They are the two. Weston Reid and Gabadon. Problem solved. Love that, mate. Love that. Right, listen, if you are new around here and you haven't already, we're on the march towards 20,000 subscribers. Hit that subscription button just now. There is a little bell notification that beside that, if you hit that bell notification, you'll get notified when our shows go live as well. Go and check out the West Ham Daily from Russ earlier on. Go and check out the Hammers Headlines video that Russ did earlier on as well. Join us tomorrow for the West Ham Daily and the Hammers Headlines, and you may be in for a treat for a couple of cheeky ex-West Ham pros as well. So leave your comments if you are watching now. What do you think of Zinchenko? You're interested in becoming a channel member? Click the join option, and thank you very much for supporting the channel. Stay safe and come on, you irons.
It's like a family tree, all of you and